Well, welcome back, everybody, to Relentless Talks Radio. This is segment 3 of episode 39. I just realized that I had segment 2 on the broadcast here, but oh well, typo alert. I'm Michelle Micalizzi, and I'm interviewing Laurie McMordie today from Activ Intimates. And so, Laurie, tell everybody about who you are again and like what it is that you do. And you're a co-founder, and your co-founder's name as well.
I am a co-founder. My sister CJ and I own Activ Intimates. We're a Scottsdale-based lingerie company, and we create lingerie for women to love confidently and to age fearlessly.
Love confidently and age fearlessly. I flippin' love that. Is that your tagline?
Well, one of them.
Love, and I didn't realize that CJ was your sister. How cool! How cool is that? I love it. So why did you start the company? We talked a little bit about this before the show, and it's interesting. You know, sometimes the necessity is the mother of invention in this case, right? So tell everybody about how you guys started the company.
Well, we like to say that our brand started in a fitting room because it literally did. I was looking for a special outfit for a special date, and looking for something really like lingerie that would make me feel beautiful and sexy. But everything that I tried on made me feel kind of the opposite. And
right?
I was looking for something that would make me feel beautiful and sexy, but I wasn't looking for lingerie that I wore in my 20s and 30s, you know? So I didn't find it. I left feeling a little discouraged, but I went home and drew what I was looking for. And long story short, I called my sister shortly after that, and we decided to start Activ Intimates. And we just embarked on this journey of bringing this product to market, which we did last year. The Playlet was our first lingerie style, and we launched at Phoenix Fashion Week last year on their runway.
So let me get this right. You guys, your launch was Phoenix Fashion Week.
Yes,
I was there.
You were there.
I was front row. Okay, I was there with Eva Lewis, who's in the board. I was invited to her, special tent, whatever that's called, and so I was there with her and Pat Gillum and a bunch of other really cool people, and I was like, wow, what a cool brand. So that was your launch at Phoenix Fashion Week.
That was our lingerie launch. We had launched one other collection the year prior, our loungewear, but that was our lingerie launch. Yes.
I am like flippin' impressed. Congratulations, this is wonderful. That's awesome. But when I first started my Edward Jones office many years ago now, I met Brian Hill, who's the founder of Phoenix Fashion Week. And so I'm trying to think how many years ago it was now. It was about six or 7 years ago. And so I've been kind of, stalking Phoenix Fashion Week ever since, because I was prospecting folks that were interested in fashion. And as a result, reignited my own love of fashion. I have a fashion family background. My godfather and my grandfather both owned dress factories. Oh, wow. And so my family background on my mother's side is hotels and hospitality, and my dad's side is fashion. Isn't that correct? So I'll be launching a line next year myself, and more to be said about that. But one of the reasons why I'm interviewing fabric designers is because I really want to support Fabric, the organization, which is in Tempe, and it helps designers like yourself get started, but also the sustainability piece, which is really like a huge thing for me. And it is for you too. So sustainability is part of your brand, right?
It is. It is.
Tell me about that.
We've always believed in sustainability, always wanted it to be a part of our brand, and it always has been. But in the beginning, it was more of our packaging, and we're very thoughtful, but we really didn't know about the impact that fashion was having globally.
Shocking, right?
But once you've learned it and seen the images of other parts of the world and what fashion does to it, you can't unsee it.
It's the number one polluter on the planet, right? Number one. Is it number one or two? Two. And then one is what, oil? I don't even know what one is, but the fact that it's two is crazy.
It is crazy. It's really, fast fashion has taken a toll. So we recommitted to sustainability, and this last Eco Week, which was in April, we put a mini collection of negligees on the fabric runway for their eco show. And what made the little mini collection special was that we used minimal waste patterns, and we used all leftover fabrics and scraps from our lingerie production. Now, one of those
patterns, I mean, so say that again. Minimal waste, and the second one was which was what?
We used the leftovers and production scraps from our lingerie production. So I would call the manufacturer, the factory in LA is where we had our lingerie made. I would call the production manager there like a couple of times a week. Don't forget to save our scraps. So at the end of production, we got these 2 really big boxes of scraps, which I was envisioning as nice little pieces that would be easy to figure out what to do with, but no. Literal little scraps, whole boxes of them, but we're working through it, and we will do this and that. There's many different things you can do with old fabric besides burn it or throw it away, and we're committed to doing that. Not just with this production, but with all of our productions.
So it's just like when you're making food, right? When you're making an omelet and you're throwing out, you know, at the end of the shift or whatever, you're throwing out mass quantities of food when there's homeless people dying everywhere that don't have to eat, people all over the world that are literally starving to death. I mean, we throw out more food here than some towns have to eat in a week. It's crazy. But it's the same thing with fabric. When you're cutting a fabric, you can waste an awful lot unless you're positioning the fabric in a way that causes less waste. So you're already causing less waste, and then even the bits that you do end up producing, you're creating something else. I love that. I absolutely love that. Sustainability is a really important piece of what fabric does, and I think it's pretty cool that you're interested in that. So the other thing that you're interested in is sexual wellness, which, you know, I didn't know that. I always try to ask people, hey, what else are you doing that I don't know about? This is super cool. So tell me about that.
Well, sexual wellness has been a part of our brand since the very beginning. It goes hand in hand with lingerie. We feel that it's very, very important and actually essential to overall health and well-being. So we believe that sexual wellness, sometimes things can kind of go wrong, and you need a place where you can go and get information or maybe express your opinion or ask a question. And we're trying to build that with a Facebook group that we have. It's called Aging Sexy by Activ Intimates. It's a women-only group, and we're hoping for it to be that resource or that safe place where women can come and talk. In addition, we have a blog and a newsletter that we're filling with content about everything from makeup tips to meditating your stress away to orgasm. So we're trying to be a resource and a resource for information, but also for support for women. We've also got some exciting events coming up that are built around sexual wellness. We have partnered with a really awesome OBGYN who's local here, Dr. Deborah Wickman. She is dedicated to all things sexual wellness, sexual pleasure for women. She's awesome. If you haven't heard about her, you will. She's going to do a class for us. We're going to learn how to strengthen our pelvic muscles for health and sexual pleasure. That's coming up in October. We're also going to partner with another sister company and pair our lingerie with some essential oils. And that's also coming up in October. And then we're going to have a frank talk about sex and losing it, using it or losing it, also coming up in October. All of those events are in Eventbrite and also on Instagram and Facebook.
So I'm going to invite you guys to post in our Relentless Talk Radio Health and Fitness group, because I agree with you. I believe that sexual wellness and just being comfortable in your own skin is super important. It's a huge reason why a lot of people even bother to work out, quite frankly. You know what I mean? Like, if it was just about being healthy and living longer, most people wouldn't do it, quite frankly. Let's be honest, right? You know, but I love what you're doing. And do you know Laura Ebert, Dr. Laura Ebert?
Yeah, yes.
Lori came on a couple of weeks ago and talked about the things that she's doing. So she'll be posting in the group as well. So I think it's awesome that I have, you know, this is super cool. I wouldn't have thought that. This is what I love about entrepreneurs, and how this whole Relentless Talk Radio thing that I do is focuses on 4 pillars: health and fitness, art and fashion, entrepreneurism, and philanthropy. Because for me, those are the 4 passions of my life, right? Those are the things that I have spent my entire life. I'm going to cut this down, shut this off. I've spent my entire life focusing on, you know? So to me, they all intertwine. Like, if you're going to be a fashion designer, you have to be a businesswoman. But what's really cool about what you're bringing into this is I would not have put together I just wouldn't have known that you're doing both of this health and wellness piece of it combined with fashion. I just love that. It's not only smart from a design perspective, it's benevolent from a human perspective, but it's super smart business. I mean, it's super smart business.
It's an important message, I think, to bring to women. I think that women, and a lot of times as we age and we're navigating menopause,
right?
Pre, during, post, there's so many things that come up that we don't talk to each other about. But if you even go back to our lingerie, that's what our lingerie is about, is making women feel confident, comfortable, getting rid of their inhibition so they can truly enjoy the sexual experience as much as it's meant to be enjoyed.
See, I love that the whole age components about it. I started Relentless Talk Radio just after I did my This Is What 50 Looks Like photo shoot last year, literally this week last year, because this year it was the last week of me being 50 or 51. It was the last week before I turned 51, and then I'm turning 52 like in a couple weeks, right? So when I did that photo shoot, my message, my PM and my DM and my email and my phone just blew up. Like, what are you doing? I don't understand, right? So that's why I felt re-obligated to start addressing health and fitness again, because a lot of people were saying to me, Michelle, I'm 52 or 51 or 60, and I really admire that you're embracing your physical self, you know? And I just reject the idea that sexy has an age limit on it.
It has no age limit.
It's just ridiculous. I mean, it's a ridiculous notion that sexy is only 23 years old, completely pristine butt. Number one, I used to train some of the models that you see in the magazines. I guarantee you, because I've seen it and I've retouched it, every woman's got cellulite somewhere.
Right.
It's just, cellulite is the way your fat cells are shaped. It's part of being a woman. And this idea that you have to have a completely pristine face and no wrinkles and no blemishes, what makes you sexy is how you carry yourself and how confident you are and how you embrace yourself. That's right. It's not about this looking like Barbie every second.
No, I think we collectively agreed what the standard of beauty was at some point, and now we're rejecting it. No, it's
frankly, you know what? And no offense to my gay brothers, okay? There's no offense meant here at all. But I worked in the fitness industry and the fashion industry in New York City. So one of my biggest clients for my marketing company was Revlon. So I got an opportunity to see the fashion industry from the inside. And there are a lot of gay men that are in charge of what we're seeing. And I'm not saying that's bad or wrong. And I love gay men. And everybody consider yourself hugged. But I do think that women stepping into leadership roles, straight and transgendered and lesbian, of all different sexual preferences. It's not about sexuality choice, all right, or gender. It's more about it not just being one particular segment of the population that's making decisions about what's fashionable anymore. I think that the creativity is being spread out, straight, heterosexual, transgendered, you know, there's all different types of sexual orientations now, and also women, men, young women, older men, older women, like lots of different, every subcategory of human being is now represented in the fashion world a bit more than it was 20 years ago or 30 years ago, in my opinion. I could be wrong.
It seems like it's changing a lot now, and it's more inclusive. In fact, being exclusive is frowned upon. It's about being inclusive.
I think we're well overdue. So what do you think the biggest lesson is that you've learned as you've grown your business? Because you've been at this a little while now. What's the biggest lesson that you've learned?
I think that there's many, but one that comes to mind is it really takes a while to develop your brand and to find your customer. And then once you've found your customer, you have to learn how to talk to her, and you have to build trust with her. And so that takes time that we did not anticipate. That's a bit of a surprise, but
the time it takes, or that you had to do it.
The time that it takes. You just kind of think you're gonna. My sister likes to say, "If you make it, they will buy it. Like if you build it, they will come."
Right.
And they eventually do, but you have to be prepared that is a journey in and of itself. Finding your customer and building that trust.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that especially in today's world, it's not just like you go to a magazine, you open up, there's 3 different brands, you decide between, I don't know, Jockey, Hanes, and Fruit of the Loom, right? Off the top of my head, right? Now there's so many different brands and social media and ways to communicate with people that the relationship building part of stuff is super important.
Yes. But it's also very gratifying when you do the feedback that you get back and the comments that you get. When you really make somebody feel good about themselves and the sexual experience because of the lingerie that you made for them,
yeah,
that's a wonderful thing.
Well, that's super cool. So the last Phoenix Echo Fashion Week, I modeled for Laura Tanzer and for, oh my God, I hate menopause. The name went out of my brain. She's another sustainability artist she was the last person on the runway, and of course I hate myself for not remembering her name right now. It's terrible.
I was there.
Angela. I have to. It's going to drive me crazy. But I loved modeling for them because I'm looking it up right now so I can not hate myself later. Angela Martin.
Oh.
Yeah. So, if ever you need a model for one of your shows, I'd be more than happy to do that for you. So you just let me know. I'll come do a special episode and shout you guys out. I'm doing another fitness competition in February. So anytime in there you want to put, toss me in there, that's cool.
Wow, that's fantastic. I'll call you.
Absolutely. I just think it's really important that, people say, "Oh, Michelle, I hate getting my picture taken too," and I hate being the center of attention, all that stuff, right? But I also think it's really important that some people step up and actually embrace what getting older looks like and support local designers and local business owners. And so one of the reasons why I added fashion to Relentless Talk Radio is so I could shout out other designers and support you. So I'm looking forward to supporting you in any way I can.
Thank you. That's really wonderful.
So tell everybody what your website is and where can they buy you? Can they buy you online, or do they have to go to a store, or where do they find you?
You can buy everything that we make online. We also are at Bella Set in Chandler.
Mm-hmm.
Our website is activintimates.com. Active does not have an E, so activintimates, all one word.com. We're also on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. So yeah, check us out.
I love it. As you're talking, I have another photo shoot. I do 2 or 3 photo shoots a year, and I have another photo shoot coming up right before my competition in February. And I would love to wear one of your pieces in that shoot and help shout you out that way too.
That would be fantastic.
So we'll be in touch before then as well.
Okay.
And then of course, you know, it's a collective of artists and designers and photographers that work together. We co-market with each other, and you'll get access to the photographs. How's that?
That would be really great. Thank you.
I'm really looking forward to meeting you and CJ in person. Thank you so much for your time today. And thank you for creating a brand that has a much bigger mission than just looking hot. It's more, you know, that in and of itself would have been a big enough mission, but the fact that you're tying sexual wellness sustainability to a lingerie brand, and that you're an older person, an older woman like myself, that is out there actively building a business, kudos to you. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you very much.
Have a fantastic day and give your sister a kiss for me.
I will.
All right, guys, that's it. It's episode 39 of Relentless Talk Radio is a wrap. Come back again next Tuesday from 2:30 to 3:30 Mountain Standard Time. And I'll be here with 2 other Relentless rock stars. See you later, everybody. Take care.